Hello, my name is Joe. I'm a roof repairman, and today we have a slight repair slash coating sealant application going on the chimney. I'll show you guys what tools I'm using, why I'm using them, and how I'm going to go about it. Sorry for the noise in the background. I do live in Fort Lauderdale, but my job site is in Boca. They're always doing lawn maintenance. It's kind of a thing you just got to take and go with the flow. So let's get started and see what I got here. So I have a caulking gun. This is not what I'm using, but I can use this Lucas 9600. It is a great application for other uses as far as cracks and adhesive, but I'm just going to go ahead and use this DAP flexible all-purpose waterproof sealant. So what we have here is a chimney that I've prepped with green tape, as you can see, along the perimeter all the way around. The objective is to get this waterproofed. As you see, there's been minor things done up here. Looks like there's been some real poorly laid mortar on top. We got some probably RT600 stuff here that was done prior to my arrival. We have cracks. We used some minor brushing with wire brushing for areas that kind of needed to be batted down or just cleaned down to the surface. But let's get started on this and see how it goes, and hopefully it'll all come together as one. But as of right now, I'm going to fill these cracks. Every little minor crack that I could find, I'm going to try to fill with my all-purpose DAP application here. So give me a second to get started and I'll get rolling. You don't want that. That's not good. But I'm not going to try to deal. Maybe I'll deal with it. Alright, it wasn't too painful. That happens when your caulking gun is crooked and it angles the tube to shoot at a diagonal instead of straight, but that's a topic of another discussion. So let's. This is wonderful. Just for the record, this is not a job that's under my jurisdiction. I am working under a contractor right now, Southland Roofing, as a volunteer to learn. So here we are today. As you can see, I'm just going to caulk these cracks. Go around these nails so I don't want any sharp objects showing up. Let's get in here. Let's get around this cap here. This is clear, but the application that's going on after this is going to be white, reflectant, and beautiful. This is hard to do with one hand, but it could happen, it could work. So we're just getting all these cracks here. I'm not scared to use a little bit more than I need, as long as it's not something I have to worry about after I put on my acrylic sealant. Now this stuff does set up pretty quick, so I want to get to what I've already done. Smooth it out, push it in the cracks and the crevices. It's not a big deal if you don't get everything. This is just the precursor to what you're doing, is trying to make everything one solid piece, so there's no disruptions once you put the. I just like to smooth the sides out so there's no sharp edges. Like I said, this is just filling. This has nothing to do with waterproofing as of yet. You get a little excess on your finger, rub it in another hole or a crack, but that's it. And then I'm gonna allow this to set up for at least 15-20 minutes so it could harden and support whatever I put on top of it. This stuff's actually awesome around windows, and if you have to come after someone's work, it kind of disguises what you've done, but does an awesome job. This DAP, I always try to go for a DAP product. So I got the majority of this done. Just gonna work my way around, and then I'll show you guys around to what I'm gonna do for the coating. I just got a few more cracks here. Cool beans. I really wish I would have done this with 2 hands, but to make a video, sometimes you just need to do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do, man. That's the motto today. Do what you gotta do. I'm gonna try to use this whole can up, even if I don't need it. At least put it everywhere. There we go. We need a new caulk gun. This thing is just trash. Trashy trash. Okay. Let's go back to here so you can see what I'm doing. Just smoothing this rough stuff out. Getting the clear gel to lay down in these cracks. So this stuff stinks pretty bad, but that just tells me there's a good blend of chemicals that go right in my bloodstream once it hits my skin. No complaints. Not into drugs or anything, but I guess when you're a roofer, you get enough chemicals in you. See, like this is where I laid it into a crack right here. Smoothing all this out. It's hard to tell that this is being flush, but it'd actually be good as a secondary barrier here for if anything seeped through the primary coating. Looks like we got most of what we need done. Okay, lay this down. When you see this all finished up, you're gonna be really impressed in how well this came out. This stuff is like Elmer's glue times 10. It's really actually easier to get off than acrylic because it's just like a rubber. It rubberizes on your finger. Should have wore a rubber glove. I don't know what the safety measures are, but I've used it before without a glove. I'm fine. Okay, and we're all done with our, you can kind of see the glaze of where I put it. Kind of looks like earthworms crawled on it. So that's where we stand. We'll be back with part 2.